Let me tell you something. It must be a nightmare having to work for this man because he just talks way too much. He just says way too much shit that it must be hard to continuously run cover for him. Uh, Donald Trump is in Scotland, and shout out to the Scots. You know, we love the people from Scotland for turning up and boycotting Trump arriving. Love the sides. Y'all did your big one with that. We appreciate it from America to Scotland. Thank you guys so much for your service. And thank you for protesting on behalf of the American people and letting him know that he's unwelcome in your country. But he was asked about Epstein because he's continuously asked about Epstein. This is not going away. I hop on Twitter this morning to see, what the people are talking about. And apparently he said some other stupid things at a press conference, at a presser in Scotland. Let me play for you guys this.
I'm glad I did, if you want to know the truth. And by the way, I never went to the island, and Bill Clinton went there supposedly 28 times. I never went to the island, but Larry Summers, I hear, went there. He was the head of Harvard. And many other people that are very big people. Nobody ever talks about them. I never had the privilege of going to his island, and I did turn it down, but a lot of people in Palm Beach were invited to his island. In one of my very good moments, I turned it down. I didn't want to go to his island. Yeah.
He never had the privilege of going to the island. He was invited, but he didn't have the privilege. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you call it a privilege? If you say it's a cesspool of an island, a lot of crazy stuff was happening there, unspeakable things were happening there, why would you say I never had the privilege of attending? And then here's the other argument. Who did he say? Someone Summers? The guy who was at Harvard, running Harvard, Bill Clinton was there like 28 times. This is an argument that falls apart that I don't think these people in the MAGA base understand. Every time we talk about releasing the files, they're like, well, Bill Clinton's in there. Well, these other Democrats are in there. So and this is what I think is so hard for them to understand. They hold Trump in a light that the rest of us do not hold Democratic leaders. Like, if you are left-leaning on the Democratic base, they think that you think of these people like Clinton, Obama. They think you think of them as the same light as they do Trump, that he can never do any wrong. Everything he says is right. Blah, 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 blah. Black sheep, have you any wool? Like, that argument does not stand, because it's just like, we care about accountability. We care about getting justice for the victims. We don't care about partisan politics. They think that this is all just partisan politics and political football. That's not what this is. So when people are saying release the list, and they are just like, well, Bill Clinton's in there. Okay, well, let him face the music too. Like, if somebody is genuinely a perpetrator in this, and somebody who is implicit in all of this, someone who harmed children, bring them to justice. What do you mean? Oh, Bill Clinton went to the island 28 times. Okay, release the files and let's see. And while we're at it, if a lot of people on Palm Beach were invited and went, release those lists too. If a lot of big people went, release that list. Where's the list of those people so that they can face the music? He thinks that, like, by saying Bill Clinton was on there, that's going to cause everybody to back off, well, from the left at least, and be like, oh, okay, well, we don't want to harm Bill Clinton's legacy. No. If he did that, he harmed his own legacy. Same thing with Trump. If you went there, you harmed your own legacy. Release the list. Nobody cares about, we care about who was on it, but their popularity, their prominence, all of that stuff, their status does not matter. We're not going to say, oh, don't release the list because Bill Clinton supposedly went to the island 28 times. If you didn't go to the island, but you said you were invited, and then you stupidly put in, I didn't have the privilege of going. What are you hiding then? Why not just release the Epstein files? If you're saying you never went to the island, you kicked him out of your club, all of this stuff, just release the files. If your political enemies are in there, why wouldn't you use that to your advantage? There's something in there that this guy does not want us to see. But shout out Scotland. We love y'all. Thank you so much.